Hello and welcome back to Heart Scrolls, the home of stories that inspire courage, persistence, and belief. Today, we're diving into the unbelievable journey of a man who rose from the busy streets of Queens, New York, to the golden towers of success, and finally, to the most powerful office in the world. This is the real-life story of Donald J. Trump, the boy who dreamed big, built empires, faced storms, and changed history forever. You may love him or hate him, but one thing is certain: his life teaches us that the world remembers those who dare to stand tall when others bow down. So sit back, relax, and let's unfold the incredible journey of the boy who never stopped believing in himself. So let's start. In the quiet neighborhoods of Queens, New York, a boy named Donald John Trump was born on June 14, 1946. He was the fourth of 5 children in a hardworking family. His father, Fred Trump, was a strict and successful real estate developer, a man who believed in discipline, ambition, and winning at all costs. His mother, Mary Ann, was gentle and warm, born in Scotland, and she taught young Donald the importance of faith and manners. Even as a child, Donald was different. While most kids played outside or followed rules quietly, Donald wanted to stand out. He wanted to win. Every game, every argument, every challenge. His teachers described him as energetic and confident, but sometimes too bold for his age. He questioned everything, pushed limits, and refused to accept no as an answer. At home, his father ran the household like a business. Fred Trump was known for his tough love. He wanted his sons to be strong, fearless, and focused. He often took Donald on construction site visits, showing him how buildings rose from dirt and dreams. "You have to think big, Donald," his father would say. "If you're going to build the best." Those words stayed with him forever. But Donald's energy soon became too much to control. By age 13, his parents sent him to the New York Military Academy, not as punishment but to teach him discipline. It was here that Donald learned the meaning of structure and competition. Marching in uniform, following orders, leading his peers, it was the perfect training ground for the ambition already burning inside him. While others struggled with rules, Donald began to thrive. He became captain of the cadet corps and quickly gained respect for his leadership skills. He loved being in command, giving directions, and seeing others follow his lead. The feeling of power and responsibility inspired him. It wasn't just about control, it was about achieving excellence, standing tall, and proving himself to everyone who doubted him. One day, a teacher asked him what he wanted to be when he grew up. Donald's answer was short and confident. "I want to be successful, really successful." No one laughed. His voice carried conviction, not childish dreams. Even then, Donald Trump believed he was meant for something greater than the ordinary path. After graduating from the academy, Donald entered Fordham University, but soon transferred to the Wharton School of Finance at the University of Pennsylvania, one of the best business schools in America. It was a place filled with sharp minds and future leaders. Donald stood out there too, not for grades alone, but for his bold ideas and confidence. He once told a classmate, "Someday I'll be known for my buildings. People will look up at them and say, 'That's Trump.'" He wasn't exaggerating. He was already visualizing skyscrapers with his name shining in gold. After college, he joined his father's business, the Trump Organization, which built affordable housing in New York's outer boroughs. But Donald didn't want to build small. He wanted Manhattan, the heart of the city, where the skyline touched the clouds. Fred Trump, practical as always, warned him that Manhattan was risky, expensive, and ruthless. But Donald smiled and said, "That's exactly why I want it." That spark, the courage to take big risks and the hunger to prove himself, became his signature. Whether people liked him or not, they couldn't ignore him. Before we continue, if you enjoy stories of real people who turn ambition into action, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Heart Scrolls. Every click helps us bring more inspiring journeys like this to you. After finishing college, he joined his father's small real estate business, Elizabeth Trump's Son, in Queens. But Donald wasn't the kind of man who wanted to fix old apartments forever. He wanted bigger. He dreamed of the Manhattan skyline, the tall glass buildings, and the feeling of being known across the city. In the mid-1970s, he made a bold move. He took control of the business and renamed it the Trump Organization. His dream was to build landmarks that would last for generations. The city was struggling financially at that time, but Trump saw opportunity where others saw risk. One of his first major wins was the Grand Hyatt Hotel, a decaying building he transformed into a shining success. It was his first big statement. Trump builds where others fear to start. As years passed, the Trump name started appearing everywhere. Trump Tower, Trump Plaza, Trump Taj Mahal, and many more. He became known for style, luxury, and ambition. But the road wasn't all gold. Some of his biggest projects nearly broke him. There were financial crashes, casino bankruptcies, and moments when his empire seemed ready to crumble. Yet every time he found a way to stand tall again. What made him unique wasn't just wealth, it was persistence. Trump understood something most people forget. In business, you don't lose when you fail, you lose when you quit. Every mistake taught him a lesson, every fall made him sharper. By the late 1980s, Donald Trump was not just a businessman. He was a symbol of success itself, appearing on magazine covers, in interviews, and even in Hollywood cameos. The world began to know him not only as a builder of buildings, but as a builder of dreams, his own and those of millions watching him rise from the rubble again and again. If you're watching this and you've ever built something out of nothing, tell us in the comments, what's your dream? Because like Trump's story shows, every great builder starts with one thing, belief. And belief can turn a single brick into an empire. By the early 2000s, Donald Trump wasn't just a businessman, he had become a brand. His name itself was money. The Trump Organization stood tall, but now Trump wanted something different, the spotlight. And that spotlight came with the hit TV show The Apprentice. When The Apprentice first aired in 2004, it was an instant success. Millions of viewers watched Trump each week as he sat in that iconic boardroom chair, judging, teaching, and commanding attention. The phrase, "You're fired," and became one of the most famous catchphrases in television history. People weren't just watching a businessman, they were watching a symbol of power, confidence, and ambition. Trump's fame skyrocketed beyond the world of real estate. He became a household name, appearing in magazines, movies, and interviews across the globe. People admired his fearless attitude. Some loved him, others criticized him, but no one could ignore him. His life was filled with both luxury and controversy, multiple marriages, public feuds, and constant headlines. Yet every bit of drama seemed to make him stronger in the eyes of his followers. Behind the golden image, there was a man who understood how fame worked. Trump didn't just chase attention, he controlled it. Every quote, every statement, every headline became part of his story. Whether it was business success or personal scandal, he used it all to stay in the public eye. And through it all, his fortune grew. From licensing deals and luxury hotels to golf resorts and global ventures, Trump's empire expanded far beyond New York. But it wasn't just about wealth anymore, it was about influence. By the late 2010s, Donald Trump had become more than a celebrity. He had become a movement, a man whose bold voice echoed in every corner of American media. Love him or hate him, he had mastered the game of fame like no one else. If you've ever watched The Apprentice or been inspired by someone's rise to power, drop a comment below. What moment made you believe success is possible? Because sometimes fame isn't about being liked, it's about being remembered, and Donald Trump made sure he would be. For decades, Donald Trump had been known as a businessman and a celebrity, not a politician. So when he stood at the podium in 2015 and announced, "I am running for President of the United States," the world was stunned. Many laughed, some called it a joke. Others said he'd never last a month in politics. But Trump wasn't joking. He had a message. Simple, bold, and loud, "Make America great again." That slogan became more than words. It became a movement. Millions of Americans, tired of traditional politics, found hope in his raw, unfiltered speeches. Trump spoke the way ordinary people felt, direct, emotional, and unapologetic. While the media criticized his tone and rivals mocked his inexperience, his message resonated with the forgotten voices of America's heartland. The 2016 campaign was like no other. It was filled with rallies that looked more like rock concerts, heated debates that became global headlines, and endless media coverage, some supportive, most hostile. Yet Trump thrived in the chaos. Every insult, every headline, every controversy seemed to make him stronger. He wasn't just running a campaign, he was rewriting how modern politics worked. Reporters called him divisive, analysts called him unpredictable, but to his supporters he was authentic. He didn't use polished political language. He spoke in the language of frustration, pride, and determination. As election day neared, polls and pundits predicted his defeat. Almost every major newspaper and network doubted him. But then something no one expected happened. Trump won. Against all odds, he became the 45th President of the United States. The night of November 8, 2016, the world watched in disbelief as state after state turned red. His victory speech was calm yet powerful. He thanked his supporters, promised unity, and declared that the forgotten men and women of America would be forgotten no more. For Trump, it wasn't just a political win, it was a personal triumph. The businessman who had faced bankruptcy, mockery, and media firestorms had just achieved the highest office in the world. But even in victory, the road ahead was far from smooth. His presidency began with both celebration and protest. Supporters called him a revolutionary. Critics called him dangerous. The media followed his every move, every tweet, every decision, making his time in office one of the most watched and debated in modern history. Still, through the storms of politics, one thing never changed: Trump's belief in his mission and his fight for his vision of America. What do you think? Does success come from being loved or from standing firm even when the world doubts you? Share your thoughts in the comments. Because sometimes history isn't written by those who follow the rules, it's written by those who break them. When Donald Trump stepped into the Oval Office in January 2017, the world held its breath. The businessman who had never held public office was now the leader of the most powerful nation on earth. Supporters saw him as a fighter, an outsider ready to shake up a broken system. Critics saw him as a storm that could divide the country. But either way, Trump didn't come to play by the rules, he came to rewrite them. From day one, his presidency was intense, unpredictable, and historic. He focused on rebuilding America's economy, cutting taxes, and bringing jobs back from overseas. Under his leadership, unemployment hit record lows and the stock market soared. His supporters called it the Trump boom. Our factories reopened, and for many working Americans, hope returned. But progress came with turbulence. His immigration policies sparked massive debates. His trade wars with China reshaped global economics, and his bold decisions often lit up headlines across the world. Trump didn't just govern, he dominated the conversation. Every word he spoke, every tweet he sent became international news. To his followers, he was fearless, someone who spoke what others were afraid to say. To his critics, he was reckless, a leader too bold for his own good. Yet through every controversy, Trump never backed down. Whether facing political opposition, impeachment trials, or relentless media criticism, he stood his ground like a lion surrounded by storms. His presidency also changed how people viewed leadership. He showed that connection could matter more than perfection, and that energy could sometimes outweigh experience. For millions, he was the voice of confidence, proof that you can rise above doubt if you believe strongly enough in your vision. By the time he left office in 2021, Donald Trump had become one of the most talked about figures in modern history. His legacy was complex, filled with victories and controversies, triumphs and trials. But no one could deny his impact. he didn't just lead a country, he changed the way politics worked forever. Even now, long after his presidency, his influence echoes across America. Some see him as a hero who fought for the forgotten, others as a symbol of division. But everyone agrees on one thing: Trump made people care about politics again. Behind the bold speeches and the golden towers, Trump's story is ultimately about belief. Belief in yourself when no one else does. Belief that you can win even when everyone says you can't. His life stands as a reminder that greatness doesn't come from comfort but from courage. From a boy in Queens to a billionaire in Manhattan, from a TV celebrity to the President of the United States, Donald Trump's journey is proof that dreams don't die when people doubt you, they grow stronger. As the years passed, Donald Trump remained a symbol of power, controversy, and relentless ambition. Whether people loved him or criticized him, one thing was undeniable: he never stopped fighting for what he believed in. From the boy who once watched airplanes fly over Queens to the man who flew in Air Force One, his story was never just about wealth or fame. It was about vision, about fearless belief, about standing tall when the world expects you to fall. Trump's presidency changed how millions saw leadership: bold, unpredictable, and unapologetic. Some called him a hero, others a storm. But every storm, no matter how wild, leaves a mark that can't be erased. Even after leaving the White House, Trump's voice continues to echo across America, a reminder that success doesn't belong to the perfect, but to the persistent. If this story inspired you, don't forget to share it with someone who's chasing their own dream. You never know whose fire you might reignite today. And now, let's pause for a moment and ask ourselves, what makes someone truly great? Is it winning every battle or daring to keep fighting after every fall? Moral of the story: no dream is too big, no failure too final. The world may doubt you, criticize you, or even try to stop you. But if you believe in yourself and keep moving forward, one day, even your silence will roar louder than the world's judgment. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.